Καλησπέρα σας κυρίες και κύριοι. Πώς ζουν σήμερα οι Τουρκοκύπριοι στα κατεχόμενα, πώς βιώνουν την πίεση της τουρκικής πολιτικής και το φόβο του αφανισμού μέσα στην ίδια τους την πατρίδα, ο δημοσιογράφος και εκλεγμένος βουλευτής στα κατεχόμενα, Sami Özuslu, μιλά χωρίς περιστροφές για την κοινωνική πολιτική και την οικονομική κατάσταση στα κατεχόμενα, για την απειλή που νιώθουν οι Τουρκοκύπριοι από τη μαζική παρουσία επίκων και την πολιτική αφομοίωσης, για την πικρία από τη στάση του ΑΚΕΛ στο δημοψήφισμα του 2004. Το επεισόδιο μεταδόθηκε από την τηλεόραση του Βουλή TV στις 27 Σεπτεμβρίου του 2024. Φίλες και τηλεθεατές, καλό σας απόγευμα. I have to transform into English right now. Okay, my Cyprus English, but that's the best I can do. Today I'm very happy, really. I'm very happy and it's something that I wanted today for I don't know how much time, but finally we make it. Sami Özuslu is here with me, a very good friend, journalist, now is an MP in the, okay, I'm not gonna start at this pseudo, whatever. He is an MP on the north. Sami, welcome.
Thank you, my friend Haris, to inviting me here. I am very happy to be in your studio. Thank you very much.
Yeah, actually, it's you make me feel a bit stressed, and I'm gonna explain you why you make me feel stressed, because you're doing what I'm doing now. You're doing for all your adult life, and it's a bit awkward, actually. I mean, when you have a journalist opposite you, and also now a politician, yeah, it's a bit awkward because, you know, if you start thinking, maybe I'm doing correctly, maybe I'm doing the right question, the wrong question, but how it feels? You've been journalist for 25 years?
More than 30 years.
30 years. How it feels of the transformation? I mean, it's like you change the side of the table you're sitting, yeah?
Yeah.
So how it is to be on the other side of the table?
Actually, this is the question which I face very oftenly during the programs. And when my colleagues invite me their programs, they ask me how is being a politician after such long time TV show or radio show producer and presenter. So, politics is in the everywhere of the world, of the life. So we are not away, and we are not out of the politics as journalists. Mm-hmm. So I was in the party, I mean, Republican Turkish Party for many years, but I was not very active last 15 years. When the by-elections decision came out, my party made its own decision to show me as a candidate, and I accepted that one. There was only the election was only for seat because of a resign. It was a by-election, not was a general one. So I became a candidate, and at the end of the day, I won with a 43% votes of the people. So being a journalist is a good background for being a politician. You know, journalism has make you to learn some skills during your professional life. For example, you need to research as a journalist. Yeah. And now I transferred this skill to my political life.
Double check rule
is another skill and rule for journalists. If you do not double check a story, you don't broadcast it as a journalist. So, of course, communication itself is a very important skill for a politician. So being on the screen for a long time, it is the positive transfer for political life, because now we are on screen. Now we are on behalf of, we are facing with people everywhere. So how you are going to transfer your ideas to the people? It is very important as a politician. So these kind of things are helping me during my political life, and I have been trying to use my skills in a good way. And of course, there are some difficulties to be a politician after a long time journalistic background, who I was opposition. Now I am opposition again. So my ideas and my views and my sentences didn't change. My standing is the same. I am Sami as I was before, but the expectation is not the same from the people. Yeah. This is the difficult part of the political life. So although the people knows that we are opposition situation right now, we are not in the government, and we are just criticizing and giving our ideas on all kind of things, but people ask why you are not changing our life, why you are not doing your best. For example, why you are not stopping the inflation, why you are not making people's income higher. This is not our job, but one day, of course, when we come to the power, we are going to do. So these kind of things are difficult for a politician. As I said before, Sami didn't change, but expectations are different right now. Yeah. But it is normal. It is not.
There is not a surprise, because your position, of course, determine
the expectations from your people or audiences. Yeah. I was a morning show presenter for a long time, apart from my duty of the direction of the directorship of the channel, Kanal Sim, or I was a daily columnist for Unitrust as well, which in the same media group. And my relations with the Turkish Cypriot community audiences was like a family relationship. When I ran as a candidate and went out for the visiting the people in the villages or coffee shops or houses, I noticed that being a TV presenter
is very effective, very important to touch people.
And many of the people describe me as a member of the family. They are family. And even today, I am having such messages that they ask me, why you left us? I didn't left. I'm here, but my position changed. In general, I can say but in details, there are many dimensions of changing the position. But I say that being a opposition journalist and being a opposition politician actually is not very far away. They are very close. Because my vision is the same, and I was trying to do something or inform the people in a good way when I was a journalist, and now I am trying to do the same in my political hat.
Yeah, basically now it's you open a number of subjects. So I'm really gonna try to narrow the things because I want this to be productive, you know. My first question is, in which place, in which hat, how you describe it, you feel more effective and more helpful for the people?
Actually, it is obvious that journalism or the program producing and presenting every day is much more effective. That's why the people ask me why you left us, why you disappeared. Now I don't have a morning show or late night show to use every day.
You miss this?
Of course.
You miss it, eh?
But I say that my job
is different.
My duty is different, but my occupation, my job is journalism. It will not change.
Okay.
I'm a journalist. I studied journalism. I served as a journalist for a long time, on papers, on a radio, and then a TV channel. So it is my occupation. It is my job. This is not a job. This is only a duty. This is not a permanent.
Understand.
Thing to do. This is just for a while. It is a duty.
All right. But you feel that this duty you can be more helpful, more effective, or like a journalist, you are more effective?
For now, as I said, journalism or being a TV presenter is much more effective because you have time every day to touch people and give them your views and correcting the information which somewhere giving the misinformation or disinformation, which is a very important part of today's journalism. Journalism becoming difficult because social media is a freedom, of course, for everybody, but giving correct information is our job. Our job is informing people in a right way, not manipulating, not making propaganda, and not mis or disinforming the people. In Cyprus, it is very important, and that's why I spent many years in associations or trade unions to change our job in a peaceful way. And we cooperated with our Greek Cypriot friends, colleagues in that way, because the history is not teaching in an objective way in both sides. This is not only Cyprus or Turkish and Greek Cypriots problem, but it is the same problem applies for in all places which they have conflict, including Middle East, Ireland, etc. And we are not teachers, but being a journalist means that you are and You are a kind of teacher in an open
The public.
school,
About the
publicly.
Yeah.
So, first of all, the journalists are a role model for kids, for people, and it is very important.
Especially, it's very important, especially when we're living in an era that influencers are the role models.
Yes.
And but this is a different subject, and we're gonna move it. So basically, now you perform with your duty, as you said. I wish you to become also maybe minister or prime minister or whatever. You're just saying so, yes. But as far as I understand, if it comes to an end, the duty, you never left journalism. You just
I will never.
Shift. You come back.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
You know, I have no any kind of expectation from politics. Thank you for your wishes, but even when I asked for being a candidate, it was not my preference. I mean, it was the party's decision.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that. But you know, I see this kind of positions as a vehicle. It is not a result. It is not a. It is not a penalty for me.
Yeah.
It is not a goal for me. Sorry, yes. It is not a goal for me. It's a wish. Yeah. It's a wish to help people, to serve people. So all kind of positions must be seen like that. Politics or the political positions are not a job. Yeah. It is my view on politics. So I was elected, and now I am a member of Parliament of North. I am a representative for the people, and people know that my vision is bringing peace in the island, and making the Turkish Cypriot community and Greek Cypriot community to live together with all others. I'm not nationalist. I never become nationalist. So because of that, 43% vote is very important for all the Turkish Cypriot and Greek Cypriots as well. So this point shows that we have to struggle for a federal solution which acceptable for both communities, apart from the other models. So making this possible will bring a real peace in the, the signing an agreement is not a real peace. That's why I am saying that we are going to reach a real peace in the island, which we describe us as Europeans. Being European must be understanding to live together and accepting the others' feelings and all kind of the differences, including the nationality, sexuality, whatever. So we have to catch the modern European understanding as all Cypriots. So as a politician, I am trying to do this with my colleagues in my party and of course the other friend parties in both sides. So I will be in this position, in this stage, in this vision, whenever I am.
All right. It's when two Cypriots are discussing, about anything, it's impossible things not to come to politics.
Yes.
It's impossible. So I'd like to make some clarifications. What I expect, why I ask you to be in this podcast. What I expect, and I really do, is to understand how a Turkish Cypriot politician, journalist, a Turkish Cypriot that it's around my age. Actually, I'm just a month older than you.
Yes.
So that both of us were journalists, professionals, fathers. We live in the same island. And for some magic reason, we are separated. I really don't want to bring the discussion, this plan, the other plan, why this, you did this, I did this. I had a podcast some days ago and I say, I did absolutely nothing. I was 6 years old, for God's sake. So what I'm trying to understand, and I really do try to understand, how it is to live on the north, how we say north. I mean, our country, our small island, it become living on the north or living on the south. How it is to be Turkish Cypriot, and I really want to listen to you. I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to put in front what I think, what I believe. I'm not thinking, I'm not believing nothing. Open ears, open mind, and I'm asking you how it is to be a Cypriot at my age. It just happened you was born Turkish Cypriot, happened I was born Greek Cypriot. You live on the north, I live on the south. How it is to be Turkish Cypriot on this island and living on the north?
My dear friend Haris, this is a very important question, and thank you for asking me. First of all, I would like to remind you, to the viewers, to the followers of the podcast that I was born in Limassol. My father was from Avdimu, which is a village of Limassol, and my mother was from Galohorio, from Larnakas. So I was born in Limassol until my 6th age, till 1974. We were living around Limassol villages because my father and mother used to be teachers in the primary school. So when the 1974 war started, we were in Avdimu, and then in a couple of days we had to move to the Paramali, to the bases, the British bases. We spent 6 months in that tent camp, including a very hot summer and then a very cold winter, till at the end of the January 75. And then we moved to Turkey from the base airport by Turkish Airlines, and we spent 2 weeks in Adana, and we came to Famagusta by ships. This is very, I told this because many people do not know this story. It was a refugee camp. It was a humanistic place to live. We were very small children with my many friends of mine. There was more than 10,000 people from Limassol villages. So they took us to the north, and after that I became I started to live in the north. Actually, if 15th of July and 20th of July didn't happen, probably we will not be able to talk this way. And the question would be in a different way.
Yeah. Somebody
Change our life, and this is very important. Sometimes I wrote in my articles, I am wondering how kind of life we would be able to
live if this didn't happen.
So nobody asked, as children, as 268 birth guys, we didn't invite somebody to come and start war in Ireland. Nobody asked us, but they change our life, and this is very important. Then we brought to the north, and our new village became Ayos Ebiktidos, which is Çatalköy with Turkish name. Ayos Ebiktidos in Kyrenia. So this is, I mean, how our life changed without our acceptance. So living in the north and being a Turkish Cypriot is very difficult, because Turkish Cypriot community, you know, after 1974, a state declared called Turkish Cypriot Federal State, and then in 1983 it switched to TRNC, Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, and we have recognition problem. We have problem on trade to travel till 2003. I mean, almost 30 years we couldn't fly anywhere because we didn't have a passport, valid passport. Only if you can get a Turkish passport and a visa, it was very difficult. So the young people couldn't study abroad. The people couldn't trade with the foreign countries, etc. It was not easy. After 2003, when the crossing opened, we get our passports and IDs, and traveling to the world became easier. Now my daughter studied in Netherlands. There are many Turkish Cypriot kids who studying or working abroad, specifically in the European countries, and of course before Brexit, UK was the first destination for Turkish and Greek Cypriots. Now they switch. But even today, being a Turkish Cypriot is very difficult again, because we need to be listening when we give our messages. We feel that nobody is listening to us, including Greek Cypriot community or leadership, and including Turkish leadership, Turkish leadership, both. So the Turkish Cypriots usually describe themselves as a hallumi between two breads in sandwich, and became a toast. Toast, hallumi in a toast, or a cheese in a toast. This is the general description of Turkish Cypriots feeling. So I'm agreeing it, because, as you know, Republic of Cyprus was found it didn't established by Turkish and Greek Cypriots, but the owners
became Turkish and Greek Cypriots as a equal the partners. But it lasted only 3 years, and then you know what happened. I don't want to speak about the history, but
now Republic of Cyprus as a government, as a state, does not feel itself to give the same opportunity to Haris and Sami.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Right, okay. Listening to you, somebody, because you know how it is when you make the shows. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what you think, or what you believe. It doesn't really matter. It does matter. You must speak behalf of the people that they're going to watch you in a way like behalf of the public opinion, let's put it this way. All right. As I said on my prologue, I want to hear with open mind. So I'm not getting into the trap to start saying my story or your story. I really want to see the whole thing like here we are in 2024. I can say, for you I can say, for me I can say, two intelligent people, yeah, the same age, they are separated. Nobody asked us, how you mentioned. We are separated, and we really feel that we are in a dead end for many years. And the most critical aspect is that we don't see the way out. We don't see how we can go out. And because we both worry about our kids, about our grandkids, as I told you, I have grandkids. Every time I talk about my grandkids, I become like this anyway, sorry. And what Cyprus will be after 10 or 20 years. And please include in your answer, including your thoughts, that Cyprus, like the rest of the Europe, is floating with, I really don't know what's the political correct way to say, about people from other countries that they run from their countries, or they because there are wars, or because they're looking for a better life, or whatever. So how you see Cyprus will become in the next 10 or 20 years?
There are different scenarios. My scenario is, as I said before, finding a federal solution and making here a livable place for our kids and grandkids, our Angonis.
Sorry to interrupt you, because it's the second or third time you mentioned federal, which is federal solution, which sounds perfect. But just yesterday, Erdogan says, and I'm not bringing now in the, it's what, let's say, the powerful of our story that nobody asked us. They say there's a different entity, two different states. It really sounds a bit strange. Actually, my question is, how are we going to come to a federal solution, since the main players of this act, if we can call it act, they say it differently?
Of course, as I said, Turkish Cypriot is a hallumi in the toast. So Turkey is ignoring Turkish Cypriot community, and the leadership of the Republic is ignoring Turkish Cypriot, of course, also. But I would like to remind that Turkish Cypriot community is necessary for establishing, continuing the Republic of Cyprus, and also Turkey needs Turkish Cypriot community itself for being a guarantor power in the island. This is clear. What Erdogan said yesterday, it is not a new one. He replaced the last year's speech, but I would like to bring this information to this program that yesterday 33 political parties and NGOs declared in the north, including my party as well, that our way is federal solution. Two-state solution is not our view. So this is the answer to Erdogan, and this is the answer to who ignores who try to ignore the Turkish Cypriot community. The will belongs to our. I believe that. When somebody asks what will happen on Cyprus problem, what will USA do, and the UK and the EU, I ask why we are not asking what we want, why we don't believe each other and ourselves, and to create our future, our kids and Angoni's future. This is the question. We lost our self belief to our communities. That's our problem. I don't care what the big powers planning to benefit in the region. You know, there was an article a few days ago. The Cyprus is, comparing the size of the island, it is the most militarized place in Europe.
Yeah.
How many troops we have? How many bases we do have? How many weapons we do have? You know, somebody will use that, and you know the bases of the UK are using by bombing the around and listening, getting the information. So we have to change our we have to change our lives or island's future. This is my opinion. But when we meet the Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot political parties, unfortunately, I am hearing that even the history, reading the history is, different. We are stuck in the past. This is our reality. Probably both of us stuck in the not on the nationalist camp or the extremist camp or the camp who benefits of the status quo camp. All of us stuck in the past, and we are not coming today. If we come today, if we can, of course we cannot change the past, but we can change today and tomorrow. This is my vision. This is my understanding of the life. How we can change the past. But of course we can face what we have done. We have missing persons. We have killed people. We have mass graves. Of course, both of us are both communities or both leaderships are they are not only one side is the responsible. Both of us responsible. So we have to accept this. We have to accept, and we have to come to today to change tomorrow.
I want to come today. Also, I give you a time out so you can come. You can drink a bit water. All right. That's why I love podcasts. It's what I was telling you outside before we enter the studio.
Yes.
You're just more calm. You don't need to be there for long. All right. I want to come to today. And basically, just one comment about the past. The only solution or suggestion I ever heard about the past, it was coming from Achilleas Dimitriadis, who was a candidate for president, who actually he was saying we need truth committees, if I translate correctly, the same way it was in South Africa. And to finish with this, not say to forget, but to finish with this. Whoever did whatever it did, I didn't do it, you didn't do it. So why to continue stuck and be there? Now, I want to come to that today. And today we have a situation which is really not looks very, very okay for me. we'll be discussing about how it's developing on the north, and how thousands of Russians or Israelis or from Iranians or whatever, they come here. We talk about thousands of people floating from every country to find a better life here. For everybody, Cyprus seems to be a perfect destination, and they find a way to live and prosperous, except Cypriots. And really, I think this is something that I don't know if psychologist or sociologist or who is going to give better answers, but how we come to that today, how we're gonna move. I mean, how many thousand they are settlers from Turkey in the north right now? If you have.
Nobody knows. We don't know our population, but it probably it is more than 1 million.
1 million.
Sure. But officially, we have almost 400,000 population, but nobody believes. Nobody believes.
I think you see the surprise on my face.
Yes.
I mean,
you never heard it.
Yeah. Okay. So how many are the Turkish Cypriot community?
Actually, I don't know, but
Approximately.
regarding to the passports or IDs given by the Republic, there are not card holders, ID holders, but during the last European Parliament elections, there was 105,000 Turkish Cypriots who was be able to vote. So let's say 125 or 130 Turkish Cypriots, including the Turkish Cypriots who maybe live abroad.
So you are minority also in the north?
Yeah, of course. But if you check,
how
the Greek Cypriots probably are minority comparing with the outsiders.
We are minorities right now in total figures. With it's really, I don't know. It's tragic.
It is tragic because.
So what we do about this?
Everybody is equal. All kind of human being is equal. Okay.
No debate on that. No debate.
But they have to understand that the 1950s opinions or the balances, or debates or being minority or majority now is not existing. As you said, all of us are minority. So, but at the end of the day, being a part of the Europe, which we aiming, we are asking, we are knocking the door of the EU to be a part of as Turkish Cypriots, not only with the documents or passports, but I would like to be a part of Europe as all the community, as all the Northern Cyprus as well. Otherwise, the division will be permanent. This is the reality. And let me tell you something else. If the permanent division exists, the neighborhood will be with Turkey. The Greek Cypriot friends must understand this. Andros Kyprianou told this several times as well, but we are saying the same thing. You have to see. Everybody must see. So this is your decision. That's why we are saying that the time is killing our future. The time is not running in a good way. Time is running in a way to dividing the island, and a two-state solution was asked to Turkey before the Turkish Cypriot leader asked to the international community. Mr. Anastasiadis asked this solution to Turkey before asking to Turkish Cypriot community during Akıncı's era. So we know these details right now. So we have to understand that with this kind of blame games, we are losing our future. But if the leaders care, really care their people and our island, they have to stop blame gaming. Now, both leaders are not trying to do something for our island. I don't believe both of them, neither to Tatar nor to Christodoulidis. Obviously, they are playing their role for saving the status quo. This is the situation. But people must ask, what is your duty? What are you doing? Why we elected you? What are you doing there? And we are losing the island from our hands. This is my point of view.
You know, there is a belief, one of the stories that, and actually I'm going to give you this story so you can discuss it, that if it was possible, a kind of solution, and why didn't happen when President was Christofias with, sorry, I forgot
Talat.
with Talat. Thank you very much. Because both of them, because Talat was come from the same party that you are, yes?
Yes, he
Which-
was the leader of CHP.
With CHP, which actually CHP always, it was seem more close, not to the Greek Cypriot, to the Cypriots, let's say, point of view. Why did it happen back then?
You know, it was.
Sorry to interrupt you, just to add something so it's going to
Yeah,
be.
sure.
And I'm asking this because maybe, I'm saying, it's not on us to decide. Maybe at some point, whatever the communities here, the Cypriots, you know, I really prefer to call us Cypriots instead of communities. I have an issue with this Greek Cypriot or Turkish Cypriot, not an issue. I mean, I think this is our main problem. If we be just Cypriots, then most of the problem would be.
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe it's not on Cypriots to decide.
Yes, that's why, you know, during the referenda, Akel switched the vote direction from yes to no, unfortunately. You know, it was a very the heartbreaking decision for Turkish Cypriots. So it was a very big opportunity losing for our future. And then, as you mentioned, Mr. Talat and Mr. Christofias tried to do something. Actually, they made good progress during the negotiations, but they couldn't bring the end because of the Russia's veto right on the UN Security Council. So, as you mentioned, outsiders, the foreign powers are having their position regarding how they are going to benefit in the island. So, you know, permanent 5, they have veto rights. So they have to get benefit from the solution in the island. So my idea is, if Cyprus problem still ongoing, these big powers benefits are all right for today. They don't care, probably. But, you know, there was crucial times for Cyprus. Now we don't have a crucial opportunity, like joining the EU, like in the 2003-4 period. But now we have the energy issue. We can cooperate, and maybe the big powers can benefit it. So recently, the USA gave a strong support to Great Sea Interconnector project, which will be connect the Israel to the Europe via Cyprus and Greece. But the other option is much more visible, much more cheaper, to connecting the Cyprus and also Middle East and Africa to Europe via Turkey. This is the option that
most the people, including the
Greek Cypriot colleagues, they accept. It is the logical one. But when you come to the politics and high-level politics, something can change. We will see. I mean, this project will be useful. Will be. Will be progress, or will switch to other one. So apart from that, I don't see any motivation for international community to specifically for the EU countries, because green energy and gas issue is very important after the war in Russia, in Ukraine with Russia. But again, I am asking that question: why we as Cypriots, we are not thinking what is our benefit, and why we don't say we don't care what Russia, what US, what UK, what EU wants? That's the question that I believe that if we ask and if we believe to us, to ourselves, and we stand against to the international community as Cypriots, we want this one. This is our choice. That I think, of course, the international powers are very important, but if our will is strong, they cannot intervene our will. This is my belief.
And actually, thank you, like a journalist, you gave me a pass to move to my last part of this podcast. And the last part, I want to talk about the society, how it's moving, how it's developing. Starting with the relation of the Turkish Cypriots and with the settlers. If there is any connection, you see the society, the mentality, the DNA, let's say, of Turkish Cypriot that is changing because of the settlers, or you just you become like one, you are separated. How it is?
Turkish Cypriot community feels that we will be not existing anymore. This is our daily lives speeches between the people, and even the NGOs or political parties are giving the message that for not being non-exist, we have to struggle. We had many rallies for that. As I said before, if we feel being ignored by both sides, I mean, Greek Cypriot leadership or community and the Turkish Cypriot people say that Greek Cypriots do not want peace. They don't want an agreement. So what we are going to do, we have to turn our faces to Turkey, because Turkey helping us, Turkey sending money, Turkey helping to construction our things. So we don't have any other option. We don't have option to get funding from the international organizations, including IMF or World Bank. The funding of EU is very limited, around 35 million euros per year, which is peanut. So what should we do? This is a, this is a kind of, you cannot see any way out. There is no way out for Turkish Cypriots. So, of course, the population coming from abroad, as you mentioned before, we have many different nationalities, people who are living in the north, as students, as employers, as people who owning their houses and prefer to live in this lovely sunny island, including the Nordic countries, Finland, Norway, whatever, Germany. So we have many Africans, we have many Pakistanis or Far East people. So they are trying to struggle as human being. They don't have a sustainable country, most of them. So they are trying to find a way to live. So of course, this changing the Turkish Cypriot community. Of course, the families are mixing. That's why we have a mixed marriage children problem with Republic documents. It is another problem for Turkish Cypriot community, of course. But mainly, the main problem, Turkish Cypriot youngsters are leaving the island because they don't see any good future in the island. And the worst thing, the families are not trying to stop them. Even families are saying their kids, go and don't come. Maybe we will join you. Maybe we will leave. This is a dramatic change of the families. Families are the roots of the community. So I hear with my ear every day that youngsters are asking by their families to go abroad to European countries for studying, for living, for working, etc. So nobody will find Turkish Cypriot community one day if decide to we want to sign a solution in the island. Nobody will find us. We will not be exist. This is the situation. I know that when I describe or tell you some details, I think that you feel the same for Greek Cypriot community. There are many Greek Cypriots who are living as well. I know that economy is much more better than comparing us, but life is not easy for young people in the south as well, because the prices of the estates or the buildings are very high. So for a regular working guy in the north, is not easy to buy even an apartment or even a studio. So how they are going to survive, how they are going to establish their own families, how they are going to give birth. Life is getting much more difficult for both communities, but only the main difference, the Greek Cypriot kids or youngsters have an international legitimacy, internationally accepted citizenship, and links, easier links to the world. My kids, specifically mixed marriage kids, or the kids who came from Turkey or from other countries, they even don't right to cross to the south. These create another tension, and it is a danger for creating for building ghettos, and it is a very big problem for future as well. You know, even the big countries, big cities, when they get ghettos like Paris, for example, they face many kind and different problems in the city. So we have to see clearly that both communities are losing day by day. I don't know if we start to ask what we want as Cypriots. My answer is as follows. I would like to tell my daughter, yes, you can come back from Europe and you can live here and you can create your own family. I would like to see my grandchild when he or she was get born after you. So I would like to tell my daughter, yes, we are ready to give you a chance to live here as a normal European citizen.
Actually, I don't have more questions because I want to finish exactly how you finished. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much because you gave, you know, it's a different thing to have a story in your head. It's a different thing to actually experience and hear exactly how things are. So as I said before, thank you very much for your presence here, and for you, my fellow, my dear viewers. Once again, I apologize for my beautiful Cyprus English, but actually this is the beauty of the thing because we are Cypriots after all. And I'm asking you only one thing: just watch this podcast with open ears and with open mind. Until the next time, thank you very much.